Over here, me too. I look.
Is the lighting different?
I don't need makeup on.
Maybe
just
this.
move it.
This is. We don't need this. That's never.
No. We need it. Just move it a little
over
bit.
the back.
Yeah.
Wait. Not with my whole edges is out right here. Hold up. Hold up.
Let me see. Move your hand. Move your hand. I'm like, move your hand. Let me see.
All of y'all. We done did a lot of things in our heyday, but honey, never ever did we know that was going on. Producer play too much.
Welcome to Mondays.
Right.
Hey guys, it's Miss Madison Realty of Option 1.
Oh boy.
Oh, we live?
Oh.
That was funny.
Ooh. Who's
Right.
next?
Can we? Why am I so confused? Is your Instagram on Facebook?
Oh,
jeez.
Can you pass my phone? Let me see. I was trying to figure it out. Let me see. I haven't got a chance to. All right, what's up, guys? It's Miss Madison Realty of Option 1.
Candace of Group 26 Real Estate.
Kathleen Ali with Remax First Realty. And this is Real Estate Divas.
Woo, clap.
I still ain't get myself together.
Honey.
We gotta stop unmuting these without me.
Yes, because what just happened a few moments ago
Yeah.
will never happen again.
Yeah.
Edit and delete. Ladies, how was your weekend?
How was your
Y'all
weekend?
Mine was fulfilling, but I don't think it was as good as yours.
How was your weekend?
Maybe you want to start.
My weekend was great. Option 1, we had our spring fling. So it was a great time getting to know the agents. Good time, good food, good socialization. It was a good time. Dress was actually Marco Hall was his name on Halsley, and he did this dress in a day.
Wow.
So
Never mind.
That was gorgeous.
Wait,
I got it.
I'm gonna see the backside.
Wait.
I wanna see
How
the
come we?
backside.
What's going on, Maddie?
Oh,
we
yeah,
haven't
like
seen.
that. Oh wait.
Oh,
Yeah,
two
okay.
times.
2 times.
Learning every
2
day.
times.
Learning every day. How was you ladies' weekend? What you do?
I didn't do anything. I relaxed, spent time with the kids. Wasn't even trying to be in the sun. It was hot up here.
Oh,
it was
God.
so hot.
Like 90.
Oh, my
and,
God.
And
That
for
was
today
not-
to
yeah.
be 60.
Right.
Yeah.
That's why we catch a cold. But Wednesday is going to be back to 100.
Wow. You know what it was? It's not even because I was out all weekend. I was outside. I didn't have to work. I was
Outside?
yeah,
Oh, you was
barbecues
outside.
and yeah, I had a very good.
Oh,
But
I didn't get no text from
I was
you.
yeah. I'm sorry. It was
See?
like.
Don't be
Matter
like,
of fact,
oh, it was
I
last
did see
minute. Don't be like, oh,
what
it
you
was
call it
last
out. Your
minute.
pool's open, right? It's not open.
Oh no, yeah, it's open.
Okay.
But I wasn't.
No, not you.
Oh, I was about to
the
say.
person that lives like in your building. I think they was out.
Who lives in my room?
What you call it?
Who?
Okay.
Yeah, text me. Anyway, so.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit,
you
no
ain't texting.
tea.
You had a busy weekend.
Yeah, no. So, but it was hot.
It was
You know,
hot.
I'm sorry. It wasn't hot because I can stand. Like if you go to Arizona, if you go to
The dry
Vegas, yeah, the dry heat is nothing. 90, 100
that
degrees is
humidity.
fine. Yes, it was so humid. Like you can't even wear makeup type
Yeah.
of weather.
I
Like
don't know what to do with yourself.
yeah,
Just-
like face
yeah.
gonna be white from the sunscreen.
Not-
That's sweating off, like dripping off.
Then
It's
have the nerve to have to put
crazy.
the mask off
That
and on. Like
too.
Speaking of the mask, did
Yeah.
you guys know Monday, Uncle Murphy
Yes,
is
Uncle Murphy.
letting us take off the mask?
already. He already did it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Oh, so it was this
I think it
Monday.
was today. Yeah, the 24th.
Oh, today. I
Guys,
thought it
please.
was already. Okay, gotcha.
Oh, so
I mean, is that good, bad? I don't know, but
yes,
I'm
tell
with
us,
it.
tell us. We're actually, you know what? We didn't go live on IG yet, so we're gonna bring that question back on, because I would love to hear the commentary on
Just
that.
live on Facebook.
We
Okay.
are.
Yeah,
let me see.
let
All
me
right.
Text our Pro Tools producer.
Let me actually put that in the comments.
Yeah.
All right, custom.
Uh-oh.
custom nose. So we go.
Oh,
Thank you. We go
here.
okay, and then we go here. So let me ask them.
What do y'all? How do y'all feel now?
I mean, but a lot more people are vaccinated. A lot
yeah,
more.
a lot more people.
You know, they're having incentives, get
Mhm.
vaccinated, get a shot,
Mm-hmm.
get vaccinated, get a free donut.
Get a free donut. Yeah,
Right.
and they're giving those donuts out because I posted on my Instagram. I got a free donut without even getting a shot. He just
cannot.
gave me the donut. I was like,
What place is this?
this was Krispy Kreme.
Oh,
I
that's-
never had a Krispy Kreme
Oh,
before,
I
and
remember you were saying
yeah, and I was
that.
like, let me just try. I was already late to an inspection, but I was like, listen, we don't have to be there anyway. So I was like, let me stop and get a Krispy Kreme because I'm never really in this area. And yeah, he gave me a Krispy Kreme on the house, and I think it's because he thought I was vaccinated, but I wasn't. So
Not because he thought I was vaccinated.
yeah, but I really wasn't.
But speaking of the vaccination, you can still potentially or allegedly still catch COVID.
Of course, and you can pass it on. Absolutely.
So what is the purpose of this vaccination if it really
Trial and error.
See?
I mean, it's
Are you
all
guys vaccinated?
oh, not yet.
Oh,
Thinking about it. Maybe.
I asked that question because I wanted to make sure what I had to say didn't offend anybody.
Okay.
You know what? I
Speak your
won't.
mind. Go ahead.
Nope.
Uh-oh.
Are you vaccinated, Candace?
No, I'm not gonna get back. I mean, yeah, I'm not. I'm probably not gonna get vaccinated. Yeah.
I mean-
probably not. I don't knock anyone that does though. It's just it's personal preference.
Right.
I'm just leave it at that. And my preference is not to do it.
Let's ask
Right.
that. Are you guys vaccinated?
It is a preference. I thought about it only because I want to be
yeah.
outside, and
Yeah.
it does get nervous
Outside?
when you're like, oh wow, it's a lot of people in here.
Yeah.
So it was like, maybe I'll consider it. But
Yeah.
there's other factors to look into. But it's just that mask, just like in and out the stores, can't breathe, and it's hot and it's humid.
Yes.
Like it's
It is.
It's
And
a
you,
lot.
You can't hear why when we say
Oh, yeah.
what you say we take down our mask. Like
yeah.
do y'all do like what you say?
Yeah. Yeah.
Put your mask up.
How do you guys feel with showings? Because that was another thing. It was like when I would show for the first time, I would like take the mask off, like, hey, I'm not a serial killer, and then like put it back. Because imagine just meeting someone for the first time.
That's how it was. I met a lot
Yeah.
of my clients. Like I'm like, oh, when I accept like a friend request, like, oh, that's what you look like.
Yeah.
'Cause
yeah.
You haven't seen them.
Haven't seen them. I have a we're under contract right now, and for the first time, thank you for the first time, and I've been dealing with this guy since October. Look at you on
Look,
the
I'm
Pro
all like,
Tools.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Look at you. Look at
Ready
you.
with the-
She came back to work because Cappy, her Pro Tools is delayed.
Focus, like,
Right. Yeah, no, but since October, so I'm just going under contract with him, and now May, or whatever this month is, May, yeah. And this is my first time meeting him because everyone's vaccinated, so they're like, oh yeah, we don't have to wear the mask anymore. You could just take yours off. So I haven't seen this man's face in like I've been working with him for 8 months.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
It's crazy.
Finally take off mask off. Mask off. I don't know. I'm gonna keep my mask on.
Mm-hmm.
I think the mask prevents the spread of COVID?
Mm-hmm.
No. I don't know. But
right.
people have still caught COVID with the mask.
Oh, of
people have
course.
still caught COVID
Yeah.
being vaccinated.
Right.
So
Mhm.
it's a
Mhm.
very touchy topic. So give us your feedback. Are you guys getting vaccinated? What shot are you on? And or being that Governor Murphy what he do?
Lifted.
He
the ban or
lifted
something?
the mask restriction. So what are you guys doing? Is
Yeah.
your mask off? My mask is on, and I'm not getting vaccinated.
But you know what? I will say this, and I agree with you. People have gotten COVID with the mask on
Absolutely.
because so it was originally supposed to be the N95s.
Right.
But
I
you
remember.
Yeah, but you can't breathe in them. B, they were very expensive at the time because it was only for like certain
Right.
So now they have all these different masks, the surgical mask and the glamour mask, the Gucci, the Fendi, all of that
Right.
stuff.
Half of them is just glamour.
Yeah,
No protection,
it's just direct
pretty.
decoration. That's it.
Right.
It's
Definitely
really not
decor.
protecting you at all. So yeah.
I get it.
That's true.
But
Even-
speaking of like topics, what are the juicy topics that happened this week.
Ooh.
Did you guys see the Billboard Awards?
I didn't. I
Me
didn't catch
either.
that.
I didn't see it, but I did hear that The Weeknd racked up 10 Billboard Awards.
Wow.
Oh,
Let me see
nice.
if I can find this picture here.
The Weeknd. I remember when the week. Oh, look at him. Okay.
He looks like
okay.
I told you guys, I told you so. That's the vibe I'm getting from him.
Nice.
Yeah. That's good.
I'm excited
He-
for him because he was robbed, from the
The last.
From the Grammys.
Oh, I see.
so that is really nice to receive none to 10.
10. Right.
Congratulations. I actually think he is a great artist.
Mm-hmm.
I really, really do.
Mhm,
So
mhm.
shout out. But
How- Did you actually watch the awards?
No, I didn't watch the awards. I
I'm just
did
wondering,
not.
like, how are they doing with like an audience? I haven't watched any of that.
Oh,
That's
that's,
a
a
good
good
one.
question. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
That's really
think
good.
the last time I seen the awards was what was the first? Was it the American Music Awards
Maybe.
where Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B got the award for WAP? So they had
Oh,
like
they were on stage. 'Cause
They-
they
yeah.
got a lot of complaints. Over that.
oh did they?
Yes, absolutely.
She's like,
People were saying that it wasn't appropriate. They didn't. Yeah, it was a whole issue.
Mm-mm.
And speaking of Megan, I know she did win something like best trap female artist or
Did she?
something like
Nice.
that.
Go
Yeah,
ahead,
something to that effect.
That's nice. From last night?
Yeah, I saw it on her Instagram.
This is
Yeah.
good stuff.
Mhm.
Megan all in love now.
Tell me about it. Smiling, posting, vacationing. Go girl.
Yeah.
But I have one question though. So I'm from Essex County, right? And we are big on house music. And one of the biggest house songs in the world.
Hence our background music.
Right. I think we just toast to that.
Yeah.
That deserves a toast, ladies. Happy Monday.
Monday.
Oh, put your glass up. Put your glass up. Listen,
And
roses
not with the
have to
cat
ha-
pours, by the way.
Oh, boy.
don't put those glasses up.
That was so
There's a
shady.
Cat is the sober one.
There's a
and
proper
out of
way-
out of the real estate team.
There's a proper way to pour champagne.
Yes.
So
Yes,
those
I'm the
are-
sober one.
Yes. Yes.
Those of you guys that don't know, traditionally, Cat pours the wine.
Like she's in a high class restaurant who don't want to
Half a
serve you
glass.
anything.
You're supposed to pour your champagne half a glass and then refill.
I know.
They want to pour it to the rim and sipping and having it fall all over the place.
We're like, wait.
Why keep getting up? Why keep getting up? We already know that if we get an ounce of Prosecco on this, it's over. It's over. It will definitely be coming out the next closing for sure. They do not play. So why keep getting up? But going back to
House music.
house music.
Sorry.
It's definitely a Jersey thing.
It's definitely a Jersey thing. And we learned about the city girls who are from Miami. They have the twerkulator. Wait a second. Hold. Wait. I just want to know. Let me pull
The
this song
twerkulator.
up. Yes, the twerkulator. So I'm just mad that we didn't think about it. So we're gonna play you guys a little bit of
You said go to
the twerkulator.
the YouTube.
You now on live on
One of
Instagram.
Yep, right there.
Let's see how this is gonna be played out. Okay. Look. Wait.
You have to play it.
Mm-mm.
No. Remember she had it up,
Mm-hmm.
hooked up.
Let me see.
We're gonna act.
Nope.
Oh, yeah.
How do we
Soup,
play the YouTube?
Soup is coming on. Soup is coming on to help us here. Oh goodness. I'm sorry.
But while we do that, did you guys did you guys see Drake's speech?
No.
No.
Yeah, Drake had a very, very a nice speech. He brought his son out, Adonis,
Aw.
which I love that name, by the way. And
I
he,
did, yeah.
he is an Adonis. He's a handsome boy.
Oh no, it was
For
Son.
sure.
It was Son.
And
How many? He won a
The beat that
few
you
awards.
played, it was
I'm sure it had to be a few.
So I don't remember if he won any awards. I mean, I don't remember how many, but I just remember in his speech he was just talking about basically he doesn't get excited when he wins things.
He does,
You know,
yeah.
he's just like, because he's always hard on himself. He's like, you know what, I did this, but I can always be better. How can I be
Okay.
better? And I thought that was actually really motivational. I like the fact.
He's just humble with it.
He
Yeah.
is.
Very humble.
Yeah. Can I just do one thing? I'm so sorry. Yeah. So that was actually pretty cool to hear from Drake. And did you guys hear about Bennifer? But is that the new
Yes.
What's it? Ben Affleck and
Yeah.
Jennifer Aniston. Is that her, right?
No, Jennifer
guess.
Lopez.
Oh, the Jennifer-
Oh, Jennifer Lopez. Wait, oh, you didn't tell me that. That Jennifer?
Yes, but that's why I was like, did you?
Oh, this is totally
Oh.
different. Now we got to save that for last. Go ahead, put up
okay.
the music.
All right.
Yeah.
Because we're going to talk about Jenny from the block, who I love. She's
Yes.
she's a nice
Oh, she
girl
just-
from the BS.
But she just canceled her
Exactly.
her engagement. That was
It-
what, like 2 years, 3? How long?
I don't know. how
No,
long.
she was with A-Rod 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah, 2
Yeah,
weeks
that's
ago,
what I'm
but she's
saying,
saying
how
how
long?
long were they
They
together?
was together for like 2-3 years.
Probably.
4 or 5 years. Something.
Probably. Oh, I didn't know that, Jenny.
Yes.
okay.
So,
Jenny- Jenny from the
love
block.
conquers all. Love definitely
guess
conquers
so.
all.
Yeah.
Check them out.
I
But we're
guess.
definitely going to get back to the twerkulator because we got the beat up this time.
Oh, is that what it is? The twerkulator.
So let us know, how do you guys feel about this beat? And most importantly, how come no one from Jersey didn't think about doing this? Come on, guys.
I gotta hear this song.
Okay, so let's play just a little bit of it. Not the ad, not the whole YouTube ad.
Yeah.
That's the actual song?
I guess
Or that's
everybody-
the original song?
That's the
Oh, that's the original song. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, because we can't play the City Girls. It might be a little too.
And you could be like, I think she said 2 seconds. Like, it's time for the twerkulator. It's time for the twerkulator. Like, we couldn't think. Hold on a second. Now, everyone who's into music over in Essex County, especially Newark, I know we got some bad Newark rappers. Why couldn't we think about the twerkulator? That's a whole vibe this summer. So that is going to be, so we already know we are going to have more twerk contests on IG. We're going to have more twerk on TikTok. Did you guys hear about the famous TikTok young lady that committed suicide?
No.
I heard about it this morning. God rest her soul. Her and her partner had got into it, and I think he broke up with her over TikTok, and she committed suicide like hours later. I heard about it this morning. Well, actually, on the way here.
Wow.
And which, you know, mental illness and depression,
It's real.
is real. And we really
real.
need more, I guess, more sensors or just more knowledge, awareness, because that's very unfortunate. She was young. I think she was in her 20s, like young 20s.
Wow.
So that is so unfortunate.
Wow.
But on to some other news.
What about the home of the week? We haven't done that in a while.
Yes. So actually, Home of the Week is interesting because it's right here in Greenbrook, New Jersey. So pretty local. And it's Gloria Gaynor's home.
Ooh.
Y'all know her, right?
So when you
These kids have said,
when you sent over the notes, I was trying to listen to the song. That's what.
I think she's the one, I Will Survive, right?
Oh, that's her.
Yeah.
Oh, so we definitely know her.
You know her.
Now,
Yeah,
absolutely.
I Will Survive.
That's the biggest song ever.
How
Exactly.
much is that house? That's a nice house.
Yeah, so she's had it for a while. 1988. It's actually under an attorney review currently.
Nice.
So she based it off her, her diva looks. She has the covered outdoor pool. They mentioned that she used the backyard to host parties and, a stage to perform for her friends and family. And now she's just looking to move closer to the city.
Like everyone else. Well, normally they're moving away. But I like this room right here. I can definitely
Yeah.
sit there for days.
So she initially was 1.4 in 2019, and currently it's 1.25.
Nice.
Oh.
Yep.
Interesting.
Very nice.
It is
A
nice.
little outdated, and it's weird because Greenbrook is so small. You would never
It is.
expect it. It's probably like 5-10 minutes from here.
Yeah.
I would have never even anticipated that house being in Bound Brook.
Mm-hmm.
It's
At that price range.
definitely.
that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But
It's a beautiful house, though.
kudos
It
to
really,
her,
really
Miss
is.
Gloria
It's well maintained.
Gaynor.
It's well maintained. Custom. What is going on in the real estate world?
Yeah. So, guys, I have a question because we've been getting a lot of inquiries from people.
Mm-hmm.
And the main question I'm hearing is renting versus buying. Like, what is better?
Ooh.
I don't know
What-
if I want to answer that. What's
What
better?
happened now?
What's better, renting or buying?
Whew. You want to start first, Kat? Because I want to, let me actually put that in the notes. So while you
Yeah.
do, I'm going to try to multitask here.
Mm-hmm.
I am going
There's-
to.
I guess that depends on the situation, you know. I would definitely say buying because of
Mhm.
the fact that interest rates are still low.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it depends on the situation. You know, some people are not ready to rent. I mean, to
Mhm.
buy because you know they're saving for a family, you know, before getting married or in a situation,
Mm-hmm.
or you know, not stable job as far as location. So you don't want to settle and buy a house in a certain place and then you have to up and relocate.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess it depends on the situation. There's actually more rental inventory than there is housing as far as purchasing.
Mm-hmm. 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 Mm-hmm.
So what do you think?
I think oh God, it really depends. I mean,
Right.
I used to be anti-renting, but then now I've been renting for a while. I do own, but I my main place is
Right.
renting. And I used to be anti. Now I'm not so anti. I'm pro ownership. Whether it has to be your owner occupied, where you're living in it, or an investment, I think you need to own. But like you said, it really just depends. It
Right.
really depends. It depends on where you're at. You know, what type of property you want. Is it going to be high end luxury? Are you okay? Like it's so many
It
different
depends on a lot,
factors. Yeah, when it comes to home ownership. But I think you need to own for sure. Just that would be up to you. I don't know. What do you think?
I think that those who are currently renting are already paying a mortgage, right? With rent escalating to be so high. So high. Like even now, your traditional 3-bedroom, I'm talking about just Nork alone, 2,100. And if you're living in the luxury units, we're talking about 25 for a 1-bedroom. That's
Right.
definitely a nice little sexy mortgage there.
Yeah.
I think that by the time if you are renting, by the time you pay first month's rent, a month and a half security, and the broker fee,
Mm-hmm.
that's your down
down
payment.
payment.
And we
Absolutely.
already know that Uncle Murphy's giving out $15,000. So cat on the money today. Cat on the money. So I think if you're looking to, find another apartment, then possibly you should consider purchasing based on the fiscal standpoint. And traditionally, your average house of $350, $375, you are looking about 26. So it's about the same amount of money.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think you have to look at it from that standpoint. But like you ladies said, whatever works for that individual.
Yeah. And I also think, because you mentioned the 300,000, I actually think it's really more I spend
Right.
more in my rental than a lot of people spend on their mortgage. It's actually more because if you think about it, you just said 25 for a whole house
Right.
versus 25 for an apartment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's actually cheaper. And so, yeah, I'm very pro buying. Absolutely. For sure.
Absolutely.
And speaking of options,
Mhm.
what do you guys think as far as when purchasing
Mhm.
single family homes versus multi
Mhm.
versus a condo, townhome,
Mhm.
co-op?
Ooh,
Co-ops. Wow. Okay.
that's definitely a custom topic.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
I haven't seen the girl.
that part.
One thing at a time.
Yeah.
Where should we start?
I mean, I'll start and say I don't know anything about co-ops. I just know
Okay.
you buy into it. You don't. It's not a complete ownership.
Yeah.
So I don't get it.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you know what? When I do look at the co-ops and when I look at the taxes.
HOAs. Woo, them
Ooh,
HOAs.
The
is
HOAs
up.
we took, like, did this
Yeah.
say $2,000? So,
Right.
in addition to
Mhm.
your monthly mortgage, well, you pay. So, being that you demonstrate interest, so you don't pay a mortgage when you do a co-op, right? Because
You do.
No, you do. It
Oh,
well, it
okay.
depends if you pay because you can pay it all cash or you
Oh,
could.
okay. So then,
Right.
Yeah.
But you're still paying the mortgage, which includes the taxes and the HOA fee. But it's not a fee simple. It's not a single ownership.
Wait, about to say, explain to me what fee simple is. We need a point for that.
A point for that.
A point for that. Jason should get a point for that.
Meaning, fee simple mean a single family home is fee simple. A multifamily can be fee simple. There's no other ties to anyone else on that property. You own it solely. So whereas a condo, a co-op, especially a co-op, is shared. Like everything is shared in the building. You can't make decisions based on yourself. You have to literally speak to the board. Whereas a little bit more intricate than an actual condo town because you do have to speak to an association. But I don't know. Like I haven't dealt with co-ops.
Never. I don't. Could you imagine you want to purchase this house and you have to interview before
Right.
a board?
Right.
And
not
they're really tearing your financial portfolio apart like they
Yeah.
are. It's a big deal.
Yeah. And even as because I used to rent in a co-op, and even as a
I was going to get to that.
tenant, I had to go in front of the board. I had to
Really?
interview. Yeah, they looked at my finances. Yeah, they had to
That's
make sure.
crazy.
Yeah, it was
This is just as an initiation, or is this something consistent?
to get to just move into even as a
Just to move in.
tenant.
Okay.
You have you submit your application, but you have to submit your financials. You have to, and I had to sit in an interview in front of
Got it.
people, and they had to suss me out and everything like that. Yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy, but people do it because it's normally the thing with the difference between co-ops and condos are normally condos appreciate. Co-ops normally don't appreciate. So people who bought a co-op for $70,000 10 years ago is probably worth 71 right now.
Jeez.
So the entry point is actually very, very low. You do have the higher maintenance, but what a lot of people don't understand is the maintenance includes your taxes. So part of your maintenance can actually be written off the same way your taxes can be written off if you were buying a single family, a condo, whatever. But it's more scrutiny to get in. They don't just accept anybody. I'm not going to say they're racist, but some people have had that issue where they felt discriminated against because you're actually buying into a corporation, like you're buying
Right.
into a business. So they want to make sure.
You're more selective.
Very selective, very selective.
Yeah.
So it has its pros and cons, but it is what it is.
What's going on, Kenny? We can't wait to have you on the show next month.
Hey.
Just going back to the whole co-op, I think that where I've seen the co-ops, if your fees are, let's be a little conservative and say $1,500, but you're renting it for double or even triple, then that's the only way it would make sense. Otherwise, I don't know. And a lot of the co-op buildings, they're not even pretty.
That's what she
They're
was saying.
did I miss that part? I'm sorry.
No,
I was-
she was just saying as far as
Oh.
it doesn't appreciate because they're not.
Well, yeah, I mean, no, but it depends because in my area, the co-op buildings are full. They're nice,
Oh,
like
no,
they're
I've
doormen, their
seen-
pools, their tennis.
Oh,
There's
yeah, I've seen some bad co-ops.
yeah,
all of
so-
them.
but their maintenance fees are probably a lot less.
No, they was high.
Oh,
But
really?
that's why it just don't make sense. Like
And you talking about the one because East Orange has a lot, which I
East
know.
Orange has a lot. Edison
Yeah.
has a whole lot.
Yeah,
Edison
yeah.
has some?
Oh yeah, a whole lot.
Didn't know
Edison,
that.
those brick buildings.
Learn something new.
And then you got the townhomes / condos where you actually own the property.
Right.
You own the space that you're purchasing. Obviously the difference between a townhome and a condo. Condos are usually one leveled, whereas townhomes are more of a homey feel. It can be 2-3 levels with a basement, a fenced-in yard. a garage. It's just, you know, connected to a neighbor within a community.
Right.
So
That
people
party
tend to
wall.
look at that because it's less maintenance. Like,
Yeah.
everything is manicured, everything is uniform,
Right.
and it's more so, you know, less maintenance, less headache in dealing with, rather than having a single family home.
Yeah.
A lot of my buyers also ask, just like you said, should they do a single family or a townhome? I think by the time you pay your maintenance fees, depending on where the townhouse and or condo is situated, you will be paying a mortgage. And I mean, the kids aren't like how they used to be, where they used to come outside and shovel. But I think it will be a better move to do the home versus a condo, dependent on your family size, because you will grow out of that condo and or townhome
Right.
very, very quickly, within 2 years or so.
I think it depends on the location, because I've seen some
See some big
fairly
ones?
big townhomes.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm talking like 3-4 bedrooms, 2.5
Wow.
baths, finished
No.
basement,
I'm-
loft, backyard,
Yeah.
like
I'm
deck,
on-
everything.
I'm under contract with one. It's 6,000 square feet, so they definitely have. Yeah,
wow.
Yeah.
but I'm sorry, it's including the basement, so
Okay,
it's
so-
4,000.
I was like,
Yeah, it's
wow.
4,000.
That's still
But no, it's huge. It's a
Mhm.
huge. It's a great room. Like, it's huge. But yeah, so you're right. It definitely depends.
Right.
Yeah.
The only difference is it's probably an interior unit and within a community,
Yeah.
opposed to a single family. It's all individualized. But then again, you go to places like Elizabeth where all the houses are just like very close together.
Yeah.
I'm glad you say that, because those quote unquote townhomes that I did see a little further out. So, guys, you have to really, really figure out whether you want to travel and have the space, or not travel and spend a little bit. Well, you're going to spend a lot more, but be on top of each other.
Right.
So, I think you guys should think about that.
Mm-hmm.
I think so. Lenny Coco, what's going on?
And then of course the single versus multi.
Mm-hmm.
Woo.
You know,
Mm.
multis add revenue. You have that extra income coming in, but do you want to be bothered with tenants? Do you know, do you want a quiet space?
Right. Yeah, that's very true.
Definitely, if it's your first property and you can tough it out for 1 year in reference to staying in the multi, then I would definitely go that route, so you have the affordability of using 3.5% instead of buying the single and then or refinancing into conventional, because they look for 6 months of reserves and yada yada yada, and they keep changing it. So I wish I could give you a solid answer, but I can't. But the last time I did check, they meaning the lenders, if you went from single to multi to refi and to conventional to free up that FHA, then they definitely want 6 months of reserves, and you have to have paid your mortgage on time for a certain amount of time too. So the steps are deep. And then if you do go from multi to single, again, you get to use the 3.5% versus the opposite if you don't have 6 months reserve and you missed a few payments, or even if you are in forbearance under COVID, you're out of here. So you may have to put that 20 to 25% down. So if you and your family could tough it out for a little while and do the multi, I will always recommend the multi-family first.
I agree.
Multi-families are hot. If you have a multi, you can put the picture on MLS upside down, backwards. It's going to sell.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
guys know. They want to see 4 pictures. They want to see the heating systems,
Not
the
even.
electrical systems.
Not even. Yeah.
Not even.
That's it.
Yeah.
That is it. So what else? What is going on?
Speaking of sacrifice, do you think
Ooh.
it's better is buying a fixer-upper worth it?
It depends on the situation. It depends. Yeah, it depends. As a buyer, not as an investor, right?
As a buyer, as an end user.
In this market, you really have to be open-minded.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
but also keep in mind your resources. You know, the inventory's low. You're not going to get the shiny penny. You may have to, pull the carpet, shine the
Right.
floors,
Right.
new
won't
paint, new cabinets, but that's minor. But as far as rebuilding everything, not everyone can sustain that. Not having the right contractors, that's big.
Yeah.
Having the right team behind you, that's
biggest.
gonna
Mhm.
delay the process by so much.
Mhm.
And knowing your expenses. Because if you're not using a 2 or 3K loan for
Right.
renovation that you're going to incorporate, now it's going to be expense on top of expense that's adding up that you may or may not be prepared for.
Right. And that's what I was going to say. I think the 2 or 3K models aren't utilized as much as they should be.
Not today.
Yeah, not today.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of wants that shiny penny, like you said, and just.
But
to
not only
walk
that,
in
you're lucky if
and-
you get FHA alone accepted, let alone.
So that's another.
Like-
So this is another topic, right? So
Like,
I
2 or
haven't.
3.
I haven't.
You playing right?
Yeah. So you guys know, so it's weird. Like last year, I don't think I might have had one FHA, but I didn't really do any FHA at all. So I had a client ask me I wasn't supposed to be working this day, but I did a little stop real quick. So I showed them a house, and they were like, "Candace, is it true that they won't accept me because if I submit an FHA offer?" And I didn't know how to. Is that true? Like
Yes.
FHA? Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's how it's worded, but yes, in this demanding market, unfortunately, they're basing the offers on certain criteria. So they're not just looking at the numbers, because at this point, everyone's just throwing numbers out. Comps don't mean anything. The list price doesn't mean anything. It's numbers being thrown out there. So they're not just looking at the offer. They're looking at your offer and their terms, when you can close, quick as possible, or, which is most common now, closing based on the seller's terms. So that's whenever it is.
Bomb. Right.
You know what I'm saying? Based on seller's closing. So meanwhile, the seller's having problem finding their new location. So you're just on standby. So to answer your question, so they're looking at cash. Cash is king. Everyone's looking at cash. And there's people that's paying the full amount
Full cash.
in full cash.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
So they're going by cash. They're going by conventional, because for the most part, conventional, you put down more. And then here comes FHA. After you don't got 5 cash offers, 10 conventional, and here's your 20 FHAs. That's just lingering.
So
Yeah.
So what's trending now to get your offer accepted? Are you saying
Girl.
I need to just give my
Your
first
first child, yeah.
and my,
For
and
real.
First
my,
child.
and my
And
blood,
blood,
and like how
It's
do
just hard. It's right.
I want to go back to what you were talking about, FHA. So legally, you cannot say the seller is not accepting FHA because it's considered discriminatory.
Right. The seller's gone with better terms.
Right.
Has
So-
accepted better terms.
Because I've been seeing a lot on the listings, and just like you said, your buyers are asking like, well, because that, they may feel bad, but I say, listen, they have to review all offers. All offers must be submitted and reviewed. And if you are an FHA buyer, then maybe if you can possibly go conventional, I think we need to discuss the difference, because I don't know if they may all know. So under COVID, it keeps changing, but FHA used to be $580, now it's $620. Some banks want $640.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. Now some lenders are doing $520 again.
I saw that.
Yeah,
I meant
yeah,
to ask.
yeah.
I meant to call up and say, hey,
Yeah.
what are the steps on this?
Yeah.
And what is, most importantly, what is the interest rate on this right now?
That's the big
What's
question.
the interest rate on this?
That's the
Right.
big question, because
Because-
you're definitely not taking advantage of the low rates right now.
Ooh-wee.
It's
That's
it's a give or take.
That sounds dangerous. When I saw that, I meant to actually reach out to that lender. So conventional, FHA 620, some 640. I've even seen, if you want the grant, 660 now.
Wow.
Yes, I've seen that. That's where you're putting down 3.5% versus conventional. I've seen 640, I've seen 660, and I've seen 680. It just depends on the bank. It depends on you as a borrower too, where you can put down 5%, and or if you have a stronger credit score, you can put as low as 3%. So that's your incentive, right? So that's the difference of the two. And FHA is a third party, right? Whereas conventional is a direct lender, right? So there's only 2 people involved versus 3. So it will, quite naturally, it will close sooner. So when they see FHA, especially, it's a government program, they're very strict. extremely strict, a seller will quite naturally will like or prefer a conventional loan. But I see a lot of agents saying seller is only accepted, and that is discriminatory, and we know better because people are watching, and I don't want to be the one to be watched. So,
But also to piggyback, with conventional is really the appraisal. I think is the main thing the listing agents worried about because the FHA appraisers are, like you said, government based, so they're a little bit more stringent on what they're looking for. Their inspection is based on safety measures, whereas the conventional they're overlooking it. They're looking just for the dimensions of the home, and since the seller knows that if you have an FHA buyer, they may be deemed to fix the railing, fix the step, and these are the things they're trying to avoid when they can get a conventional buyer that they won't run into that and they won't have to fix it.
I've seen, well, it has only happened once, and I was quite shocked. Being that I did have an FHA buyer, the buyer was willing to, if any, fix the appraisal repair. Just to get the offer accepted. I've never seen
Off
that.
the appraisal repairs, they get the CO for the seller.
Yes. Listing agents and sellers, y'all have it so sweet.
Yeah, we'll
But
talk
can
about
I
the
just
demands.
say that?
Yeah, go back on that.
But no, but I've been doing that way before this whole.
Really?
Yeah.
So see, she
like
said her secret.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, but especially it's like, yo, like they're like, oh, I'm like, yo, do you have an uncle or cousin? Like even before we submit the offer, like you have an uncle or cousin that know how to paint. You see that stain, and I let them know, like you see that stain. Yeah, FHA is gonna like, can you? Yeah, no, okay, great. Yeah,
Nice.
not a
That's
problem.
good.
But it probably doesn't work now. I guess you're saying they're doing it now.
It's part of it's part of the incentives to get your offer accepted.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, I really haven't seen a lot of, again, I haven't really done a lot, but the ones that I've done, I haven't really seen, everyone has this stigma about FHA, and I agree, they're into safety and all of that stuff, but I haven't seen I've seen both sides of the appraisal.
Right.
Like, it's not like they're targeting FHA and they're like, they've been doing, because before, especially in the beginning, they were just doing drive-bys. Remember that?
Right. Oh, that was a good time.
Yeah, so it's like, so it didn't matter what you accept on the appraisal, like, I don't know.
But
things have changed.
Piggyback on what Maddie said regarding agents putting no FHA is going to be accepted, I think they should elaborate because there are certain situations where the property can't, accept an FHA offer.
Yes.
I've seen that.
Meaning, if it's the condition, if it's a home that needs repairs and needs work, the seller doesn't have it, they're selling because of their circumstance, they know they can't take on that list of repairs the appraiser is going to set forth. So that's why they may say FHA is unacceptable, because really you won't get anywhere with an FHA. Those types, they tend to either want, a renovation loan or even cash.
Right.
Then also the situation where if it's a fix and flip, and you have that 90-day rule where if they purchased it with FHA, it has to have 90 days before they can resell it back to FHA buyer. So in that case, again, they can only accept a conventional or cash buyer. Other than that, they just like, it don't matter. Just accept the offer.
Yes. I don't think there should be any discrimination at the end of the day. Unless, like you said, and even the repairs, you can't really use that as an excuse because you can just switch to 203K and wipe out a lot of that stuff.
Right.
But the only time, like I've had that instance where I was buying a house and it was next to a gas station.
Yes, I remember you was talking about
that.
that.
It's a headache of my life. But maybe it just wasn't meant to be.
Right.
But yeah, I couldn't get it because it was simply in my lender fort and everything. FHA was like, no way.
Yeah,
so in that case, yes, I think the seller should have not accepted any FHA offers after that. But other than that, I think FHA, I don't think it's bad. I mean, it's,
I don't either.
I know people, I don't mean to cut you off. I know people who have put down 10 and 20% down, but just use FHA just because it had the lower interest rate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
exactly right.
It's such a stigma with FHA that I don't understand, but I don't know.
So like you said, that's part of the trend that's going on now. Like the agents are looking for, they're picking conventional because it's a higher interest, higher deposit.
Right.
Like, but you're going to get the same amount at the end. Whether I put 5% or 10%, you're still going to get the 500.
Right.
Like, you're still going to get the 500.
Exactly.
And if
so
the
glad that
offer
you said
doesn't
that.
go
too.
through, something happens, my buyer's still going to get their money.
Right.
Like,
Absolutely. Yeah.
So glad you said that.
I don't get it. But it's the market we're in. That's just some of the trends. What other trends are y'all experiencing?
One of the biggest trends is I had made a post because people always ask us how's the market, and I blankly said, well, it depends. Are you buying a house $100,000 over asking, or are you selling your house at $100,000 above
That's
asking?
good.
And I said that because I have a buyer right now where her market definitely wasn't there as far as inventory or sales, and her appraisal came in at $100,000 above asking.
Wow.
Hold on a second. But the way her contract was set up, we trying to fight this appraisal. So
Wait, why? Oh, I don't want
came
to
in
get into
over
your...
asking?
it came in wrong. Now,
Okay.
never do we fight for a lower appraisal.
Right.
But in this situation, what the buyer is trying to figure out, so she submitted an offer. They submitted an offer knowing in our mind, like, yeah, it's not going to appraise based on these comps, but the seller wouldn't take anything else. So now my buyer is in the place where she's like, wait a second, this is the market. This is no. The appraiser used comps from 2 towns over. So this morning it took about a good hour and a half for me to gather all this stuff to submit to her lender, because I seen this like, this is not right.
Wow.
Like, really submitting Garden State MLS codes because they use 2 towns over. You cannot do that. That's unacceptable. Right or wrong?
It depends on
If
the
it's-
town.
Oh, really? And I was going to say the radius, because I think as long as it's within a mile, they
Right.
can do anything, right?
Right. And it depends on the inventory.
Right, and it depends. Right,
Because
it
if
depends on
there's,
the
if
no
let's say if it's a
comps.
multi and there's that
Mhm.
town is not known for multi and they just have a handful, they're going to go to the neighboring towns, and like you said, within the radius to compare to see what's comparable.
I seen this like, no ma'am. So hopefully with the supporting comps, we will have some good news, or I guess she'll be paying for a new appraisal because they are pissed. So that is what I am experiencing. So do you want to pay over $100,000 and or do you want to sell over
Right.
$100,000?
Right.
So that's that on that. What are you experiencing, Custom?
So I just had a very appraisal that came in extremely low, about 53,000
Really?
below. Yep. And I
Do
mean,
you think that was inaccurate?
it was extremely inaccurate,
Uh-huh.
but I
So,
was
so you fighting too?
no,
You're about to
I'm
get your
not.
stuff together?
No, I'm not, because I'm representing the buyer, so I don't want my buyer to pay.
Okay,
I want,
okay.
Yeah. Listen, hey, this is what the comps. If you guys could prove it, then I mean, mind you, there are houses that are selling for $300,000 right next door, like 300 over what we're paying.
Oh.
Right, and 300 to really 500 because they go up. Like
Over.
it fluctuates. But I'm representing the buyer, so they wanted me to fight for the higher appraisal, and I was like, no, wow, I represent the buyer. No, absolutely not. So I didn't. The listing agent did, as he should have. He still failed, and my client will be closing on Thursday.
Right. So Canada has
Yeah, we'll be closing on Thursday.
Get you an
so-
agent that's gonna do her job.
Talk about
Like,
it.
no, you want to hire one, you do it. over.
Yeah, I
Talk
mean,
about
I
it.
represent. If I was a seller now, it would be a completely different conversation. I mean,
Right.
if I was representing the seller, I mean, but I don't. So
Now, is that area, is it in high demand as far as the
yeah,
inventory?
so it's on the waterfront.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because I was gonna
Right
say,
on the
like,
waterfront.
instances I've had, they're like, nope, underappraised, contract cancel. We're calling the backups
Yeah.
next. Like, they're just quick
Thank-
to move on.
Yeah, it was a risk. I'm
Wow.
not saying that it was.
Yeah,
It was a
right.
risk that we took. We rolled the die, but and it's die, not dice. But anyway,
Really?
we rolled
Yeah,
the
die is
yeah.
one.
It's die. It's to die is multiple. But we rolled the die, and
Point.
and-
Right.
Jacen.
Point. Like,
and
geez.
Booyaka, booyaka, mister. No, so
They're on a roll today. They're on a roll today.
So yeah, we definitely, it was a risk, but you know, either way, it's about relationships and keeping my clients happy and doing what's best for them. So whether we got that house or something else, we would have gotten something because they see I would have fought for them regardless of what we got. The good thing is that they accepted, and so we'll be closing this week.
Nice, cool, congrats.
Let me hold some. But did you guys know, especially when you have an appraisal, especially if it's FHA, that it sits with that property for 6 months. So whether he takes your offer or he is,
so
whether it was FHA or not, you would have to wait 6 months to sell it anyway.
And that goes back to your point on why they say no FHA is accepted, because they know they have a stale appraisal value sitting on that property, and them avoiding to get that same value, they won't take another FHA. That's another reason why.
Interesting.
No,
wait, but okay. So this is I have a question.
Yes.
Because I need clarification. Because I've heard the same thing, but then I hear from other people that you because they say the appraiser sticks to the property, but I hear that you can cancel that appraisal. I don't really know what's true or not.
I've heard that too. If that buyer is willing to share that, I think the appraisal number, you can either cancel it or something. But if they don't agree and it sticks to you have to get some type of permission, I was told.
Oh, yeah, it has to be a conventional first. So if the person so it has to be conventional first, because it actually just happened to me, which is what we're doing. So the buyer, because this buyer is so if this buyer, who is a conventional buyer, if this seller would have chose her first, then the appraisal would have been not waived, but they could have used an FHA person and then
took over that conventional.
To go over the conventional. But being that they didn't, they used FHA first, and that appraisal is now sticking for 6 months. So this was back in January, so I don't circle back 4-5 times. Like, ready to sell your house? Ready to sell your house?
Yeah.
Because it was a FSBO. But I want to actually just go back real quick so we don't forget that someone, Patricia, actually did comment on Facebook, and she stated that the mask has kept other things down, like the flu and the common cold. It might be a good idea to use masks in certain situations. I am vaccinated, and I have no issues with the vaccine.
Let me just say, so is that what happened to the flu? Because I kept asking people, what happened to the flu? Because a lot of people die from the flu.
That makes sense.
And I was like, what the hell happened to the flu? Like, no one's getting the flu anymore?
I definitely was thinking like, wow.
Oh, that's what happened to
no
it.
One got sick in
It's
my
in the
house.
masks.
I'm not doing this with custom today.
No, that makes
the
sense,
flu was in the
though.
mask.
It
the
makes
flu was in the
sense
mask.
because I was just like, what the heck happened to the flu and the cold? When you sneeze, it was like, oh, I got COVID. It was like, but you can't have allergies. You can't, like, it's just everything has to be COVID
related.
Everything. Do you guys remember when we were like just joking about COVID? Remember? Year before last, and it became like it's
the whole thing years later.
Right. Movement. And now we're on to take off the mask. I think I'm gonna just keep mine on. But I have been in some places where I know who has been in some places, and you know you need that mask on. You walked in. I walked in like, so nobody got no mask on.
Right, nobody.
So you don't want to be an eyeball. You like, oh Lord, please let me catch the COVID. Yeah. But nobody had no mask.
Yeah, and that's why I consider this too risky. Like,
it is.
Close quarters, it's dark, it's hot.
But can I just tell you 2 stories? 2 stories.
I'm not doing this with y'all today.
No, 2 stories though.
Ooh,
but
we
quick.
missed a day.
So I know people who have been right next to people, even like in the same bed. One person had COVID, and the next person never ever got it. I'm talking in cars. driving out to Triple Play, and you know how long that, and you
A
know,
whole 2 hours.
a whole 2, right?
Less than 3 feet.
Right.
Sidebar,
Right.
I got
No-
the email today that Triple Play might be back on.
Did you?
Yes.
You know it is though. You know
Wow.
that. You know we.
Let me get my cute mask ready.
Yeah.
Right.
Right. You know they couldn't hold us down for too long. But yeah.
COVID's just like.
So
yeah.
I agree. You're rolling and die is singular. So you're rolling the die when you're not around people who are wearing masks. However, there are people who are right next to people with COVID and they never catch it. So it's just
Absolutely.
it's
It's just
weird.
so
it's such
right.
a weird anomaly.
Not
Like,
everyone
I
has a
don't understand
temperature.
it.
Not everyone has symptoms. Like, so it's
Right.
just.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
And if you have not caught COVID yet, because I actually caught it in November, but again, I had
I
no
don't think
symptoms
I
at
have
all.
it.
Mhm.
I don't think I ever caught it.
Honestly,
What are you using?
probably
What are you
wouldn't.
using?
You may have not known.
I don't think so. Even thinking back to like last, December and stuff, I don't recall being.
I remember
crazy
you
sick.
had a little cough though.
Remember that
like-
time?
I call it the COVID cough, and because I remember because I had it and it was like a distinctive cough, and yeah, you probably but you again it
Yeah.
affects people so everyone so
differently, right.
differently. Yeah.
Definitely. If you have not caught COVID yet, what are you guys using? Are you taking sea moss? Are you taking your vitamin C?
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
What are you guys
That's
waking
the
up
least
and
I can
doing?
do.
Mm-hmm.
Right? At
That's
the
the
very
least.
least.
Hand sanitizing,
Mm-hmm.
My hands are so wrinkled now.
Yes,
They just soft. Just
right.
Just
Sea moss,
just
oregano oil, vitamin C.
Not the
ginger.
oregano
Oh
oil.
yeah, that junk be burning too.
I haven't had that.
Yeah.
Definitely had the sea moss, the
Yeah.
elderberry.
All of that
Elderberry, yeah.
stuff.
Vitamin C.
All
The
of
kids
that.
take it every morning.
You know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and take that. What's that stuff that your grandmother, the castor
Castor oil.
yeah.
Woo, that's some nasty.
No, what's the other
stuff.
one? The black seed oil. I
But
heard.
at least
Black
black
seed.
seeds don't taste like castor
Oh,
oil.
really?
They
I've
both.
never had
It's
it.
just oil. Why are you swallowing oil? It
But
just
at least
don't.
it's like little drops. Castor oil, you drink that, you can really gag.
Really?
that
Castor
black
oil.
seed, like, yeah, that black seed's the same thing. And then the oregano just burns. It's just like,
I don't think I never had the oregano.
all right,
I'm gonna have to.
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
I had the
go on and bring me
yeah.
a
Girl,
little.
that'll open you right up.
Oh yeah.
See?
Yeah.
All up in here.
Yeah.
Definitely doing the sea moss.
Mhm.
Definitely doing like the ginger teas.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely
Elderberry,
doing the elderberry.
vitamin C,
Definitely taking vitamin C.
multivitamin.
I have to get on my multivitamins.
It's just-
I have to. It's a lot.
It's a lot,
It's
right.
like a daily routine. Like remember them ginger gummy bears?
I love
We was eating them
those.
things like candy.
Yeah, I
Right.
used to love those.
I got to get some more of those.
Mm-hmm.
Those were good. But did we finish all of our
I mean,
topics?
for the-
I mean, we think it's good.
Do we have any questions? I mean, for the most part, because
And then my phone's out, so I can't see
Yeah.
what's going on IG.
I mean,
What's up?
oh, okay.
But before we go,
Mm-hmm. I don't know. Yeah, I was waiting for this. Bum, 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 bum.
oh, oh boy, I know Maddie come with something. What is it today?
all I have to say, ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys, my name is Miss Madison Realty of Option 1 Realty Group.
All right. Someone made the switch.
Please stop asking me why I moved.
How much you getting paid?
And please stop asking me what's my commission split.
Ooh.
That is none of your business. I would
Well,
never.
no. Tell them because listen. Be like, do you want to be on the team? Is that why you're asking?
Oh, that's a good
Right,
way to
'cause
look
That's
at
the
it.
only. That's the only
You-
reason why you should be.
Absolutely.
You try to make the switch too?
Never. I would never ask another agent. That's like asking somebody what you get paid.
What's your salary?
Like, right. Like, what's your, like, what? That is the most personal question ever. Ask me, am I happy with my new move? Those are the kind of questions I
Right.
would love to answer. And I am very, very happy right now to be
Are
with
you happy?
I am.
Good. I love Khadijah, by the way. I
Oh,
really,
yeah.
What's
like
up,
her.
Miss Caesar?
I like her. And she's getting married, you said?
She's getting married in about a month.
Nice.
So
Nice.
Miss Caesar won't be Miss
Congratulations.
Caesar no more. I forgot what her new last name is gonna be. But,
The Mrs.
Mrs. The Mrs. it's gonna be beautiful. Do you have any? I don't know who needs to hear this.
No, just hang on tight. This market is crazy.
Hang on
That's
tight.
a good one.
And I mean,
Yeah.
for everyone, the buyers, sellers, agent, everyone going through it. Believe
Yeah.
me.
For sure.
Just hang in there.
Good advice. Custom. I don't know who needs to hit this, but
Real Estate Divas is still the #1 show on Mondays at 7 p.m. Check us out.
well said. Well said. Guys, we're going to be actually off for Memorial Day weekend.
No plans.
Wear your mask. Wear your whole mask. Don't you pull up at Shafiq's cookout and you don't have no mask on. You know to wear your mask. If you got some holiday plans, let us know. Send us a professional DM. The Real Estate Divas may roll up with our masks on Monday. And when we come back, actually, we're going to switch things around. Kat is going to be taking the lead role, so we're super excited. I'm going to be on Pro Tools. I'm going to be DJ Maddie Nix in the mix.
Yeah, we'll see how much DJing like.
We're excited. We can't wait. And we'll see you guys in 2 weeks. And
Thank
have
you
a
for
great
tuning
evening.
in.
Thank you.